Okay, this is part 2 of ChemQuest 16, talking about the size of the atoms. So we're down at the bottom of page 51 where it gives us some more information. And these are Bohr diagrams of 3 different atoms. And they want us to examine the diagrams. And so you look at what we have. And you've got 3 different atoms, 3 different sizes. Atom C is obviously a lot smaller than atom A. And these little circles here represent electrons. So atom C has 1 electron, atom B has 3 electrons, and atom A has 11 electrons. So we have examined the diagrams, so let's move on. And now we have some questions about those diagrams. So here we have a table. You're supposed to name the element of atom A. Well, when we counted the electrons, there were 11. So that means there's 11 protons, so that's going to be sodium. And atom B, there were 3 electrons, so that means there's 3 protons. And when I look on the periodic table, the element that is number 3 is lithium. Atom C had 1 electron, so that would be hydrogen. So 15a says, concerning atoms A, B, and C, what is similar about their location on the periodic table? Now hopefully you have your periodic table out and you can see what is similar. And you can notice that they are all in the same column. Not the same row, the same column. In atoms A, B, and C, compare the force of attraction from the nucleus to the outer level of the electrons. And the force of attraction on all of them is +1. If you look on their outer energy level, there's 1 electron out here. So all these electrons shield the positive force, and this electron only feels a +1. These 2 electrons shield the positive force, and this receives a +1, and of course this does not have anything to shield it. So they all receive a +1. And then you are to draw the Bohr diagrams for neon and argon. Now neon and argon are noble gases. So you draw your first circle, your first energy level, and there will be 2 electrons. Your second energy level is going to have 8, and that would be neon, and you are done. Argon's got a few more electrons than neon, so its first energy level is going to have 2 electrons. The second energy level, you draw your circle and put 8 electrons. The third energy level, you draw your circle and put 8 more electrons in the third energy level. So once you have that drawn, you can look at them to answer the next questions. 17. What is similar about the location of neon and argon in the periodic table? Once again, they are in the same column, or same group. B. Compare the force of attraction between outer level electrons and the nucleus for neon and argon. So you need to look at your drawings, and you can see that in the outer energy level they both have 8. So there's going to be a +8 attraction from the nucleus. C. Using your answers from 15b and 17b, what can be said about elements in the same column and the force of attraction between their outer energy level and the nucleus? So hopefully you notice that elements in the same column have the same attraction between the nucleus and their outer electrons. Neon and argon had +8, and sodium and lithium and hydrogen all had the +1, and they were all in the same column. So that brings us to question 18. Atom A is larger than atom B. The attraction between the nucleus and the outer level electrons is equal in atoms A and B. So what reasons could there be for atom A's larger size? Propose an explanation based on the structures of atoms A and B. So you're going back to look at those structures that were drawn at the beginning of this. And atom A has an additional level of electrons. If we go back and look at atom A, you notice that it has a third energy level. Atom C has one energy level, atom B has two energy levels, and atom A has 1, 2, 3 energy levels. So the answer would be atom A has an additional level of electrons, and each addition of these energy levels is going to increase the size of the atom. So that was number 18. Number 19, which is larger, neon or argon? And hopefully you're looking at your periodic table and you can tell that argon, because argon has the additional energy level. So which atom is larger? It would be argon. Why is it the largest? Because there is additional energy level. So number 20, in general, there is a trend in the size of atoms as you move down the column of the periodic table. As you move down the column, this will be A. What is this trend? As we move down, the atoms get larger. Why does this trend exist? Going down a column means that the number of energy levels is increasing. Because the energy levels are increasing, this causes atoms to be larger. In 21, they want you to order these three elements from smallest to largest. So hopefully you have a periodic table and you are able to put them in the correct order. A, we have potassium, arsenic, and bromine, and you're putting them from smallest to largest. So bromine is the smallest, then arsenic, then potassium. And B would be NPSB, and C is going to be Cl, S, Mg, and Ca, from smallest to largest. Calcium would be your largest there. So that concludes ChemQuest 16. So hopefully you will check back in when we do the next ChemQuest.